Business leaders have a responsibility to listen to this.
Every CEO wants the AI project.
Where do you think we're headed, good and bad?
It's all about people. Human AI, human machine symbiotic partnership.
I think the use cases can almost be overwhelming.
If you abandon it, if you don't nurture it, the AI will abandon you, the AI will abandon your users.
All right, Michelle Zhou, thank you for joining TomTalks. Did you know this is one of the first episodes, by the way, of TomTalks? Exciting, even more exciting, right? But you're the CEO of Juji. I'd love to, quick intro on who you are, and then we'll dive into our questions.
Sure. Hi, I'm Michelle Zhou. I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Juji, an AI company located in Silicon Valley. And by training, my background is in computer science. So my area of expertise is in an area known as human-centered AI, which intersects artificial intelligence and human-computer interaction.
What is basics 101, what is cognitive AI? What's its role in AI right now from your perspective?
So cognitive AI is in fact a branch of AI. So it is about to teach machines or AI human cognitive skills. So at Juji, we focus on teaching machines advanced human cognitive skills. For example, we teach machines active listening. So machines can communicate with humans more empathetically and more effectively. We also teach machines how to read people by inferring people's individual differences, such as personality traits.
Right.
So machines can actually help us humans better predict and guide our behavior, and eventually enabling us to do better decision-making.
Yeah.
Actually, there are many, many applications in the real world of cognitive AI. For instance, universities can use cognitive AI to better match making students with the right learning programs and even with the right academic advisors. Thinking about the individual differences won't make actual difference. And in healthcare, for example, hospitals can better match making patients with the right treatment and even with the right care team. And similarly, in workplace, organizations can better match employees with the right job roles and the right career development programs. So it sounds like the cognitive AI is very far out there, but actually it's not. It's quite practical right now, especially with the advances in AI. We will see more and more applications, especially practical applications in the real world.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So I think the use cases can almost be overwhelming of okay, how do we apply this to ourselves? It's my take that it comes down to the business leader and the evolving business leader to take the onus on themselves to, hey, what's the right area to integrate? But where do you see companies evolving over the next year or two and leaders evolving to, hey, okay, we need to take cognitive AI seriously and give us that armor to help us empower us and make better decisions, essentially. What advice do you have for leaders? Okay, I'm listening, Michelle, what do I need to do?
It's all about people. It's really people-centered, right? So if you want to use AI to really help productivity and help to make your workforce happier, more productive, then thinking about adopt a cognitive AI. And not just that, right now, one of the efforts we're trying to make, I'm pretty sure the world, other companies trying to make it, is democratizing AI, which means it is any organizations doesn't need now to build your own AI team to adopt AI. So you could work with the partners like us, maybe other companies, to really build your AI solutions very fast and very actually high quality, right? So that's what I say, looking out for the use cases that really make your people happy. Could be your customers, your partners, your employees. And then thinking about what solutions you want to actually ground it first. Finding a right partner is really important, right? So I don't like to say vendors. It's really partners. You have to know what you want and tailor and customize that solution, that service to your needs and wants. I think it's the right time. It's definitely a time to do that.
I love that. That's awesome. Now, from a relationship standpoint, I think relationship is always an interesting point between humans and AI. From how you see that playing out, particularly as AI gets more intelligent and more adapted to the needs of humans, how do you see it playing out?
Love your question. So I'm a big believer of this so-called human AI or human machine symbiotic partnership. So actually, just as envisioned by J.R. Licklider back in 1960s, in this partnership, machines should do the routine work, all the work humans don't like to do or even not good at doing it. For example, gathering data, summarizing information, and proofreading our writing. So, and then it will leave us more time to do something fun, to do something more meaningful, right? It's like making great decisions, like creative thinking. So that's kind of a partnership I'm also imagining I always have believed in. That's where I think we will head to in the future, human AI, human machine symbiotic partnership.
I'm inclined to agree. It's been thrown out a lot by brands, but copilot makes sense. It complements everything you're saying too. And then now with terms of like speculation of AI and the doomsayers rather predicting it's going to take over humanity, everything from banking, identity. I mean, I acknowledge the threats, and I listened to All In podcast with Jason Calacanis. It's a great one, like talking about this in the view of AI, regulatory, everything. I have a much more optimistic view, but what do you think? I'd love to hear your perspective on where you think we're headed, good and bad. Too.
So just like you, Tom, I'm also an optimist. So in my vision, I see the future of humanity with AI in it. It's a very bright future. Mm-hmm. So just consider this. In today's world, not many of us, at least not every one of us, has the privilege of having our own personal career counselor, our own financial advisor, or our own dedicated personal physician or care team, right? But AI will change that. Yeah. AI can make that happen by democratizing what I call it high-touch services, because it just can enabling the types of knowledge, the types of services be rendered at a much more affordable cost. So thinking about it, I'm a big fan of the movie called Fur. How great the world will be. Everybody has its own fur, not just romantic aspect, but for many types of aspects, right? So as I said, in my view, I think the future of the humanity with AI together, it's a pretty bright one. I would say that's really, you call it what beautiful life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm inclined to agree. I think those positive use cases will continue to emerge, and I think that's exciting. What do you recommend to other leaders just to continue to stay informed? For me, my duty has been like, okay, just talk to those that are smarter than me in the room, always, like yourself. Have the right conversations. What conversations aren't leaders having right now?
I think you ask a very important question here too. So like you heard about all this AI buzz, right? You know, every CEO wants the AI project right now, because given the heat wave of the generative AI, the ChatGPT like type of applications. But I think the leaders need to stay informed, just like when you adopt any new technology. Understands both the benefits and the risks and also the costs, right? So we have been doing our part, I would say, trying to educate the leaders and also especially early adopters, what AI can do and cannot do, and especially how you can own it in terms of own it with responsibility, right? Yeah. It's a cliche, like we watch all these sci-fi movies where it is with the great power comes with great responsibility. It is true, especially with AI. So I think the leaders of the world, leaders of the organizations are really bound to need to know more about what really AI is, right? We don't want the kind of a one-sided opinion, oh, AI is really bad and AI is really good, right? Just think about the history of humanity. When you have a new technology came along, there's always bad and good. I think the leaders of the world and should realize really the essence of technology and amplify the goods and try to prevent the bad. Very related to your last question, it's very interesting. So you say what the leaders should know, right? Leaders should know it is like companies like OpenAI spend billions of dollars, not just about gathering the data, hiring people, real people, annotate the data. Yeah. And that's why they call it reinforcement learning, right? Trying to figure out what the data is about and making sense of the data. Do not ignore that. Do not overlook that, right? So that's why when somebody wants to build something from scratch, think about twice.
Yeah.
Leverage. I always told my clients, sometimes they would just laugh. I said, when you adopt an AI, it's like you adopt a child. If you abandon it, if you don't nurture it, The AI will abandon you. The AI will abandon your users as well.
Yeah, I like the message. I retweet. That's great. Okay, cool. Well, Michelle, I appreciate your time and coming on.